280 south.
I think it's a beautiful day to go to gardens. It's not stifling. It's foggy, it's moist, it's damp. My name is Jeff, and I do the internet's most substantial hotel reviews. I do a little bit of travel vlogs, talking, history, small town visits, supermarkets, you name it. In my last video I was talking about how I didn't trust banks, and I didn't really say why. I just gave one of many ridiculous coworker stories. And I guess it wasn't really just a tease, but I guess protocol deems that I say a little bit more and not just leave it that danger. Staff members only past this point do not enter. What type of plants do you think they're growing here that's Jurassic Park dangerous? So I worked at two of them, one for a short period, one for a long period. And in those experiences, I did various experiments with a lot of the banks in town, checking accounts. I was just kind of curious the games they play when it comes to overdraft fees. You can, thanks to online banking, you can monitor in real time what's going on. My first experience was with a credit union, and they would, every time, all my bills and auto pays would go through first thing in the morning, exactly, I forget if it was 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. because of time zones. And then 10 minutes later, deposits would be deposited. Checks, paychecks, direct deposits, you name it. They would do this every time. So they would ding you. So every time things out to make payments on the day you get paid, for example, they would 3, 4, 5 overdraft fees. But you were never really in a negative because you were paid. So it was always in a positive. And I know there's a big lawsuit against credit unions about this. So I tested this out with a lot of banks. I know some really weird things, most all of them. My last video I complained about leaf blowers. See what kind of day it is? Oh, I'm hearing this rev. 2 of them. Rev, rev, rev. It's not really a peaceful place. No peace. So anyway, without being too graphic about each experience, I worked at 2 banks, one for a year, one for a short-term thing, mostly did various things. But the big one, both of them. So quickly I learned that just about everything is outsourced. Every function. So when you do the operations, none of it's in-house. So you go to the banking features websites, things they advertise, and it doesn't work and it's broken for 2 weeks. You send an email, which of course goes to subcontract offshore, and then from there they say, oh, it's our vendor. No one knew. The thing that connects the whole banks, no one knew for weeks and weeks and weeks. That's just one example. Everything's outsourced. They spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on fees to companies for non-compliance in their contracts, and then they can't get you new chairs. The chairs have nails sticking out of them. It's obviously winter. Grass is... Well, there was a freeze, so the grass turns brown only after the freeze. No leaves in the trees, but, I kind of like it. Especially on a day like today. No, I've done various functions. It's kind of ridiculous. Companies, whether it's the banks, whether it's staffing companies, any corporations, a lot of the functions they do is like the most useless, stupid things. And they all cost money. They don't mind losing money, except when it comes to people. I don't think it's worth getting too far into it. It's not. If I was going to do that, I would have done a TikTok diary every day if they existed. Uh-oh. I thought this path was going to circle around and take me back. And it turns out to be a fence that goes outside and it's locked. You know what I miss? I miss the days of maps. You go into an attraction, they give you a paper map, like in zoos and everywhere else. And you look at a map and you figure out where you're going and you plan. And you do all of these things. And I can see it. Now, I guess I can go on a QR code or certain thing, but if I'm not taking a tablet or a laptop with me, you know, even with the biggest phone, my Ultra, it's a tiny screen to be looking at such things. It's kind of a pain. Now you just kind of get lost and hope there's a sign. The kind of 21st century kind of took us back into exploration dark ages, quite honestly. It's a bog, but it's winter, so there's not much bogging going on. Let's go see what the boardwalk looks like. It doesn't go far at all. Maybe when these have leaves on it, it's gonna look different. But then again, it could be schwitzing, and I wouldn't even want to go as far. You know the same way about supermarkets too. Used to be you would get or department stores. You would get a circular in the mail, or maybe you pick up in the paper. You get coupons. You can see the sales for a week. You circle what you want. You write down what you need. You clip the coupons for what you want to buy. You know where everything is. You're in, you're out. Now, there's no planning involved anymore. I go up and down every aisle looking for sale tags, hoping for sale tags. Some things I haven't seen on sale in 2 years. So, the more technologically advanced we get, the more I find I'm spending, the more time is being taken away from me. I don't know if it's the post-World War II is the history of it. What makes it special, or it's the fact it's 62. I'm pretty sure it's the only one in the county, though. But it's weird to say post-World War II. Even parts of our greenhouse is closed on Mondays. Mondays is a big holiday here. I love the tropical atmosphere of this. And humidity just on the plants breathing. I've always liked a good conservatory. This one's a pretty decent size. It looks big, but it's not the grandest. So my name is Jeff, and if you like traveling and seeing things, seeing bits of Alabama too, which wasn't really going to be my specialty, but here we are. Like and subscribe for some more. Check this out. They have nice suits, and they even got like a hunting coat. Wow. I think it's closed right now. My name is Jeff. I do the internet's most comprehensive hotel reviews. I visit small towns, supermarkets, villages, you name it. And give some goofy observations and life stories along the way, I guess. We are at the Mountain Brook Village, which is a pretty high-end place, but it's very old and historic. I feel like the buildings are meant to look older than they are. These aren't brand new, they're old buildings. So imagine, you know, 1950, 1960 building a building that looks like, you know, you're in England. English countryside. Birmingham has a couple of these places called villages. There's like 3 or 4, and there's like a map somewhere around here that shows like the chain and how to get to each. They all have a distinct character. This one's unique because they actually extended it, but the expansion they put on, I don't think it fits the bill. It's a straight line. It's like a shopping center. If you go to these malls, they redevelop into like shopping center malls. That's what it looks like. And there's no awnings. Here, on top of me, I have an awning. There's a little bit of shade. There's character. It's just a straight thing. And in the summer, it's hot. There's no shade. There's no character. I don't like it. But we can't see in, though. But these are nice houseware stores. These buildings are actually very old. I heard there's a bank around here that I actually like. Speaking of bank stories, and the guy told me once it used to be like a monk's home. It had stained glass. Our shop is gorgeous. I keep getting my flowers from supermarkets in the last 2 weeks. I wonder if I'm missing something by not going into a proper flower shop. You can tell it's old when you have an alleyway with a high-end place. I mean, check out the architecture and the stonework. This is a lunch counter cafe. And you can tell something's old when it's got a circle, first of all. And the fact it's got a historical marker in a circle. All the old stuff has circles. I wonder what it's like to go shopping. These places have like 5 things in a rack. Oh, this is from 1929. There we go. See, here it feels like I'm walking through a village, not a mall. You get to that mall over there, and you know, I'm driving from store to store. I don't see people ever walking. They come and they go. There's no, not browsing. Maybe it's just big, expensive, but I guess you're not going to build, converted houses nowadays. But, see all the different layers through the years. Nice building and an alley and whatnot. 1921. Yep, about 103 years ago. And you get to a reconstructed portion. See, big parking lots, vast. I was just over there, but it's not welcoming enough to walk whatsoever. So I drove one block. Long suburbia makes you drive one block. Historic places let you walk around a block. It's all perspective. Right there's actually like a creek. This section has a river. Look how big it is too. I'm not even sure it's named. But outside of this village, it's basically paved over. And the new section is paved over. It's amazing when you go to cities, old ones, especially up north, how many rivers are underneath the city they didn't even know existed. They're everywhere. Where I grew up, there was a river I didn't even know until there's like one section, it's just like this. You cross over a bridge, and there it is, and it goes under a tunnel and it's gone. This neighborhood has a gate. Pass through that gate on the sidewalk. Now you're outside the village. Imagine living like right here, and you get to walk into the village. No supermarket, but still. And then get this guy on the wrong side of the street making all this noise. Forget about Mondays. This place is closed all week. That's weird. I thought it was just a shop, but it's like all their own brand. I never heard of Tom Beckby. We're open Friday the 9th. Oh, no on break. No on vacation. How nice is that, down in a store and go on vacation? I found all the 60s mall. I go by here all the time. Use our elevator. See stairs everywhere in this era, like a 60s. Old 60s sign. There's a law firm. I've got one store that connects in this hallway. Tile. But when you look, I need to do some research on what this is, because these are mats for automatic doors. If this was a mall or a supermarket, not in operation anymore. Check that out. So my name is Jeff, and if you like traveling and seeing things, seeing bits of Alabama too, which wasn't really going to be my specialty, but here we are. Like and subscribe for some more.